Hi, my name is Kipton Courier. Welcome to the world of beauty and magic. This is the place where we meet fascinating people and see the places and things they bring to life. Sometimes we go to people's studios or places of work or homes, and sometimes we meet people through their works of art or even their books. And so today we're going to review Bridget Beari's Color Rules. I don't love rules, but we can, rules are made to be broken. But I do love this, A Guide to Choosing and Using Color at Home. And this is by Susan M. Jamieson. And I can't wait to introduce you to her and her color rules that'll help us get through our lives with beauty and grace. And so I'm going to start at the back actually, because she has a beautiful bio. And I'd love to introduce you to her. So Susan M. Jamieson is an award-winning interior designer who works both nationally and internationally. Her Bridget Beari brand, say it 4 times fast, includes wallpaper and paint collections and a home decor store. She's actually, her store is around the corner from my office, and this is how I learned about her. Respectively, Bridget Beari Designs, Bridget Beari Papers, Colors, and Bridget Beari Home Store. Her interior designs and collections have been featured in publications including Elle Decor, House Beautiful, Luxe, Southern Living, Traditional Home, and the Washington Post. And her store was named among Architectural Digest home decor stores to shop now and always. Oh, and if you go to her store, it's on Cary Street in Richmond, Virginia. Her shop manager is David, and he's precious. And he's wonderful. He makes dog biscuits. He makes homemade dog biscuits, and he brings them in. And so Bridget and Beari were Jamieson's beloved rescue pups, and a portion of colors and papers proceeds benefit animal rescue organizations. Jamieson lives in Richmond, Virginia with her husband and their fur babies. And so it's my pleasure to introduce you to Susan Jamieson. And I'm lucky that I get to meet these people oftentimes. And so she did she signed this. She didn't dedicate the book to me. I just met her. She signed this book for me. This says, "To Kipton, Live Colorfully, Susan." I met with her the other week because I'll go ahead and give away the big surprise. She's actually coming to East Coast Expo Antiques Art and Design, and she's going to be one of our featured interior designers creating a beautiful jewel box vignette for us. If you're watching this before September of 2026, we'd love for you to join us. If you're watching this after, you can come to the next one. And I want to start a little bit of the introduction and talk about how this book came to be. And so Susan said that she created a blog and she kept putting on these color rules, and it became a theme of her blog. And she had friends recommend, this is really a book. And so she pursued a book, and I think this is her first book. And it just came out, and Susan's going to sign these books at the expo, so I can't wait. In a word, color is magical. The key to a successful interior palette is focusing on what color speaks to you, not following one-size-fits-all formulas and trends, which don't always align with our true taste or stand the test of time. See, she doesn't like rules either. It's just the name of the book. My aim is to help you discover those colors that truly resonate with you, as well as how to use them effectively to create a color scheme that makes you feel comfortable and content at home, both aesthetically and emotionally. And so today we're going to review the top 8 color rules by Bridget Beari. Starting with the first rule. This is color rule number 1. This is feel the wheel. And so I actually learned a lot. And I think we actually learn these things when we're younger, and then maybe we forget them a little bit. So the primary colors are red, blue, and yellow. You take those primary colors and you can make the secondary colors, which are purple, green, and orange. And then from those, you get to your tertiary colors. And tertiary colors are created by mixing primary color with one of its adjacent secondary colors. For example, mixing blue and green creates the tertiary color blue-green, I call that celadon. I love that color. Or blue with violet makes the tertiary color blue-violet. So knowing your way around the color wheel will help steer your color scheme direction. The wheel is divided into 3 categories: primary, secondary, and tertiary. This separation is used to simplify the understanding of color relationships and make it easier to visualize various combinations. Whether it's selecting complementary colors for a vibrant and contrasting look, analogous colors for a harmonious blend, or monochromatic for ease and elegance, the color wheel can drive your design decisions. Let's take a spin and see how it can empower your creativity. So much fun. Learning new things through books. The old school way. Color rule number 14. Now, I just love this one. I would say some of these color rules I've picked because I love the pictures and the design that accompany them. And to me, this looks like a home in the Blue Ridge Mountains. That's what I make up. But I love the bathtub, the view outside, and how she's brought nature in with the wood elements. And so the color rule number 14 is outside in. We often choose our homes because they are in or near an outdoor environment that makes us happy. Selecting interior colors from your exterior surroundings can bring that sense of joy inside. If your home is by the beach, ocean blues may be your muse. If you're in a wooded scene, earthy browns and greens could be your scheme. Try letting your setting inspire you. Oh, so much fun. And it makes me think of Mr. DuPont, who, was really the creator of Winterthur. He didn't build it, but he created the museum in his lifetime. And his favorite color is green because of it brings the outside in, his favorite paint color. And so inspired by the landscape of this home's mountaintop setting, the main bath boasts an earthly color scheme of muted brown, blue, lavender, and green. Oh, it's funny, I missed the lavender, but I guess it's woven in on that wallpaper. The wallpaper is strewn with delicate grass and wildflowers. There it is. In pale watercolors. Golden pine trim evokes a rustic yet refined cabin feel. This shows periwinkle tiling. The shower's periwinkle tiling. I see it now. Okay. Blue-gray wood flooring and marble countertops connect the peaceful natural palette. So that is our second color rule. We are moving on to color rule number 3 for us, but color rule number 27, poised pink. And I love pink. I love pink in all forms, and it's one of my favorites. And so gone is the perception that pink is just for girls. At its most subdued, pink is a sophisticated and adaptable neutral. I love hearing that pink is a neutral. I'm just telling my husband. Pink is considered a tint because it is a mix of primary red with white. Understanding undertones of warm brown or gray further quiets the color. Soft pinks like petal, blush, and dusty rose give walls a flattering warm glow while providing a neutral backdrop for a breadth of decor, style, and diverse inhabitants. And so at the Ritz Hotel in Paris, in the bathrooms, the towels and the robes, and I think a lot of colors that they use are very peachy pink because they say it looks good on every skin tone. And I love having a wall that looks good with every skin tone. So the walls of this refined grown-up bedroom blush with a romantic sigh of soft pink. And this is one of Susan Jamieson's colors when we're talking about her paint collection. It's called French Fry Potato. The deep teal velvet bed frame adds dramatic contrast and a gender-neutral edge to the delicate palette. And there's just something about brass with blush where masculine and feminine meet like leather and lace. All right, Susan. I love your flamingos and, those beautiful stems. I don't know if I've ever seen vases that thin like that. They're really gorgeous. Really beautiful. It is a gorgeous room. I love your incorporation of French fry potato. French fry potato. I really enjoy tater tots. They're my favorite form of potato. Now I'm going to lose count, but there are 8 total because Martin says 4. This is 4. And so color rule number 36, the finish factor. I'm not going to read everything on this page because this is extensive, but I hope that you buy this book because I never know the difference between high gloss, semi-gloss, eggshell, satin, and matte. And I don't know at this point, after 45 years on this earth, if I'm going to be able to commit this to memory. So I need a cheat sheet. And this book will probably be my cheat sheet. But it talks about the levels of sheen and gloss and finishes and where to use them. So eggshell, this is important. Eggshell tends to be the most popular finish for home interior walls. The finish gets its name from, the shell of an egg, which is more matte than shiny. More matte than shiny. Eggshell finish has a soft luster and is perfect for rooms where you want more controllable reflectivity and durability, such as living rooms, dining rooms, and bedrooms. Eggshell is easy to clean and resists stains and scuffs. And so, Susan, I will come back to this one and use this as a guide, but look at this spa bath. This is such a, I mean, the beautiful shades of blue. So the spa bath illustrates how paint finish impacts the appearance of color. And this is all the same color. So this is often referred to as color drenching. Using the same robin's egg blue, the walls are painted in a high humidity matte finish. While in high humidity because it's a bathroom. So matte is good for bathrooms. While the sink vanity is painted in a high gloss. The matte color appears deep and rich, especially next to the semi-gloss finish that looks light and bright in the well-lit space. Oh, I would agree, Susan, and this is a beautiful tool, and I'm so happy this is in your book. Moving on to number 5. Color rule number 46 to Susan, number 5 for us. Door diversity. Painting exterior doors in differing hues and treatments can add distinctive personality and visual interest to your home's exterior. The key to varied colored doors is that they each work well with your exterior house paint colors, such as siding, trim, and shutters. Other than that, any doors that are viewed side by side are yours to creatively explore. You could be the coolest kid on the block. Oh, and so this is actually her home. I'm glad that we're looking at, I mean, this is a beautiful house, Susan. So my home's exterior is painted buttercup yellow. It's a really pretty color. With the shutters and front door painted historic Charleston green, a deep greenish black. The side and shed doors are painted Bridget Beari color pickle, which is a vibrant olive green. I gave the latter a white trim treatment for a quaint cottage vibe. That is absolutely precious. I read a statistic one time that when you're selling your house, you should paint your door black because I think you get 5% higher sales price. I don't know, fact check me, but I do remember reading that. And so I'm painting, our door is black, but if I were to sell the house, I would give it a fresh coat. It's really beautiful, Susan. Thank you. Okay, we are moving on to number 6, color rule. Number 56, flatter yourself. And so I think we're going to talk a little bit about how the Ritz Hotel in Paris wants a color that flatters. And so per Susan, and I highlighted this one, so it must be important. And we'll talk about that bathroom in a second. It's beautiful. One simplified way to determine your skin's undertones is to look at the veins in your inner wrist. If your veins look blue or purple, you most likely have cool undertones. If they appear more green, you probably have warm undertones. If they appear both blue and green or somewhere in between, this implies neutral undertones. That's so interesting. I didn't know about the green thing. I mean, I don't know what color this is. I can't see with the lights right now. We'll try this later. And so flatter yourself. And this connects back to the pink. When designing spaces like bathrooms and powder rooms where you'll be looking in the mirror, use colors that are specifically becoming to you. And so use your undertones, make sure you look good in it. And again, she returned and used this really pale pink wallpaper that's just beautiful. I really love the mirror here, reflecting back that beautiful lighting fixture and the marble. And again, she's using these single stem vases, really. I love how well done, Susan. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, we're moving on to, are we at 7, Martin? Okay, this is number 7. Technically, color rule number 64. Susan, you are prolific with your color rules, which we love. There's a lot to learn, so I hope you buy the book. As the great designer Dorothy Draper said, I'm a big fan of Dorothy Draper too. She's an incredible designer, and so her masterpiece really is the Greenbrier Resort in Greenbrier, West Virginia. If you ever have a chance to go or even look at it on the internet or learn more about Dorothy Draper, I would highly recommend. I'll start over again. As the great designer Dorothy Draper said, you can never judge a paint hue by the liquid color in the paint pot. You must apply it to the wall, wait for the paint to dry, then decide. It's really smart. Colors look different on our computer screen in the store and yes, as liquid in the can. It is so worthwhile to test colors in your space. Paint large enough samples at eye level to see how the color will appear throughout the day and how it will work with your existing colors, such as flooring and furnishings. Allow yourself a few days to take in the colors through shifting light. Please don't waste your time or money painting an entire space before you test the color. If I've said it once, I've said it a bazillion times. Swatch and learn before you confirm. I almost think this should be rule number one. This is a really excellent rule, and it's an easy one to skip because we just want to get it done. And I went to a really beautiful interior design. I don't know if it was a conference or what it was called, but there was Charlotte Moss and celebrating her Southern Living house in Keswick, Virginia. She brought some of her really incredible interior design friends from around the country. And one of the designers was Suzanne Tucker. She's from the San Francisco Bay Area. And someone asked her, "Do you make mistakes?" Suzanne has been a designer. I believe she started in the 80s. 40 years of her life has been in interior design. And this made me feel so good when she said this, that she used Faro and Ball, which is, a very expensive paint line. And she painted her personal living room and she hated it. It didn't work with the light coming in and where she was situated in the house. And she lived with it for 6 months and then finally decided to repaint it. But someone even that's been in the industry as long as she has, and it just made me feel a lot better. We all make mistakes, and all of this is an art. Martin Montgomery, my filmmaker that's working with me today, we were talking about it before we got started, and nothing is too precious. And so when we work on our houses, nothing's too precious, and we make mistakes and we learn and we change and we adapt. And that's why it's great to have this resource like Bridget Beari's color rules with you along the way to help. Swatching and learn is a great rule. We'll call that one a rule. The others are guides. This is color rule number 8. It's color rule number 48 in the book on page 152, and this is well proportioned. And I love, Susan, that you included this. This one's new to me, and it's something I'll keep in mind. It's the 60-30-10 formula. Is a time-honored design technique that can help you narrow down and proportion your palette for balanced visual weight. Who knew? The dominant color typically makes up about 60% of a space, which is generally used on the walls and larger furnishings. A secondary color accounts for 30%, usually applied to supporting elements such as chairs, bedding, and rugs. The remaining 10% is your accent color, which can be a strong focal piece or dispersed throughout in smaller details like pillows, lamps, and decorative objects. You can, and dare I say should, play with the various tints, tones, and shades of your color trifecta. Interior design is meant to be flexible and personal. So while the 60-30-10 formula presents a stellar starting point, the goal is to make your home 100% you. I wanted to show the painting checklist. And so this is a wonderful resource guide. I love how organized Susan is. You can tell she's been incredibly successful because of how highly organized she is. She has clients all over the place. I was talking to her about houses that she had done in Costa Rica and in Mexico. And she's, had a wonderful, beautiful career. I'm so happy that she's going to sign this book at our next East Coast Expo, Antiques, Art, and Design in September. I hope you come buy a book and have it signed by her. She'd love to meet you. And I love this painting checklist. And so it has all of your prep, all the materials that you need, and then also what you need when you paint. She also put a QR code on here so you can print it for yourself. And then here we go. Per Susan, when you need more than 1 gallon of paint for a project, combine them all into one resealable plastic container from the start. That's so smart, Susan. Because it's possible that each can's color could slightly differ. Combining them first ensures consistency. This is called boxing the paint. Susan, I have loved spending time with you today and reading this book and telling our friends on YouTube about it. And it's not the title. It's the name of this channel is World of Beauty and Magic. And so we encourage all of our viewers to look for the beauty and to keep their magic in their hearts. And we do that through learning oftentimes. And it's been a lot of fun spending time with you. So please like and subscribe. I'd love to share this journey that we're on in the future and future episodes. Oh, I've added a new part to this YouTube channel. When we do these in-office book reviews or we meet people through their art, I'd also like to introduce a piece of art or an antique to the audience as well as we learn together. I love YouTube as a learning vehicle. And so meet my new friend. This is, he doesn't have a name. And I just gendered him too. So I think he's a boy bunny. And I bought him recently from Another Blue Moon in Middleburg, Virginia. Go say hi to Carrie. She has monthly sales out of her really cute shop. And I just love them. And so this is a perfect example of folk art. It's not signed, there's no provenance. I have no idea how old he is. I mean, he looks old enough. He could be an antique, which means older than 100 years. I have no idea. I just love them. And when we talk about world of beauty and magic, I'm always looking for the beauty. So when I was in Carrie's shop last weekend, I turned a corner and audibly gasped because I love them. And he's coming to the next East Coast Expo. He's going to be our welcome bunny. He'll have a little sign on him welcoming you into the expo. But if you can help me with dating, or if you know anything about this, I did my Google Lens as a good, antique person does. And the closest thing I could find is something in the late 1800s from Pennsylvania. But he's got a couple of layers of paint on him and lots of character and a lot of patina. I'm not going to paint him. He's going to be authentically himself. And if you want to name him, please put in the comments what you think his name should be. I'm not even going to guess. Y'all can name him. All right. Thanks so much for joining us. Until we see you again.